All right, we're going to continue today's pre-race media availabilities with Austin Hill, driver number 21, Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet. If you have a question for Austin, please raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. Start right here in the middle with Dustin.
Dustin Albino, J-Ski. Austin, 3 diverse different tracks here in the first round. How do you kind of shape it up?
Yeah, I mean, I feel really good about the next 2 that we have, Texas and then the Roval. Feel pretty good about those. You know, Bristol's just, I feel good about what we could possibly bring pace-wise, but you just never know what's going to happen at Bristol. Things happen so quick. I mean, you saw I was watching the race back this morning, and, you know, Sheldon's out there not doing anything wrong, my teammate, and then next thing you know, he gets put in the fence. Just an innocent bystander. Easily can happen here. So we got to try to put ourselves in position all night, race around guys that we think that we can race around, that we think are not going to do anything silly, and, you know, just try to keep track position all night. I think that's kind of going to be one of the big things. If we can keep track position tonight, just got to get out of here with a solid finish. You know, if we have a chance of winning, I'm going to go try to win it. But if we can get out of here with a solid finish, that's kind of what the main focus is on tonight. And then, you know, I feel really good about what we have package-wise going to Texas. And then we've had some really good races on the road courses. So, you know, anything can happen on a road course. You can have mechanical failure. You can have things happen, but feel pretty good about those. So hopefully we can just get out of here unscathed.
Go to Mark Garrow.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Every category, you've had a great season. You're the regular season champion. That just tells you had a great season. But John Hunter Nemechek leads every category. Wins, lap sled, stage victories. Do you guys as a group, you as a team, and the other drivers in the playoff have some catching up to do there? Do you feel like he's the guy you got to beat?
I mean, he's been really good all year. On various different racetracks. So the Gibbs cars are just fast in general. It doesn't matter who hops in those things. They're just fast. I'm not knocking John Hunter and the talent he has. I'm just saying the Gibbs cars are just really good, no matter who jumps in those things. So, yeah, I mean, I think they have a little bit of a leg up on pace. You know, looking back at stats and stuff, I think we are leading in the top 5 category, which is really good. You know, the consistency is what got us the regular season championship. So, hopefully the consistency does the same thing in the playoffs for us. As long as we can stay consistent each and every week, we can get stage points like we need to. If we can just make it to Phoenix, it's anybody's game for the championship in Phoenix. If you can be that top 4 going into Phoenix, all it takes is that one race. You just have to be on it. You have to have your setup perfect. Your car's got to be right. Everything's got to happen right on the racetrack. Can't have any mistakes on pit road. Just everything has to go your way. So if we can make it to that Final 4 in Phoenix, I think we can go toe-to-toe with them just as good as we can with anyone else.
Additional questions for Austin? Go to Lee.
When you do get to Phoenix, if you do get to Phoenix, how frustrating is it that it comes down to probably that final pit stop? I mean, that's going to determine, you know, who gets off first, who gets the lead, who gets in clean air. I mean, it just, your whole season could come down to those final 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you have a really good point there. Yeah, you come down to that last pit stop, and you really hope that everyone's on it. You know, you got to have a smooth stop. Everyone's got to do their job. I have to do my job coming to pit road and getting right on my marks. But I have a lot of confidence in my guys. Everyone, all of my whole team on pit road has been phenomenal all year. I mean, they've been ranked, I think, number 1 really for the majority of the season. They've just been so fast. We get on and off pit road, and we normally gain track position, and then I have to do my job of keeping the track position. So I have a lot of faith in them that if we make it to that Final 4, that they can get the job done on pit road. But yeah, I mean, the intensity is going to be high. You know, heart's going to be pumping. You just got to hit your marks perfectly. I got to do my job. They have to do their job. And then if you can get out front, get clean air, it makes it tough on the other competitors. So yeah, I don't want to think too far ahead. I want to go do my job tonight, but yeah, I think if we make it there, we can get the job done with the team I have backing me.
Let's go next to Deb Williams and then to Jeff Gluck.
Deb Williams, Auto Week. Austin, how do you feel? You mentioned the Roval a couple of times there. Now that it's been announced that the road course race will go back to having the stage breaks with the caution like the rest of the races, how do you feel about that, and how do you think that'll play out?
Yeah, with it being in the playoffs, having the stage breaks, I'm a little torn there. I'm kind of on the side of kind of wishing we didn't have the stage breaks, and the reason I say that is all of us playoff drivers are going to be trying to get as many stage points as you can at the end of the stage. Well, the way I look at it, guys that are not in the playoffs, they can come short pit, right? They can come pit 3 laps before the end of the stage, and then they're going to gain track position. So after stage 1, we're going to more than likely be mired back in traffic, and you never know what can happen when you're trying to come back up through the field in traffic, and maybe some slower cars are up there trying to manage track position. So I think it can get wild, it can get hairy when you do that, but it's the cards we're dealt. So I'm just trying to keep a positive outlook on it. Hopefully it doesn't go that way. Hopefully, we run through the stage, we get our stage points, and then we're not mired back really deep in traffic. And if we are, hopefully we do our job of, carving our way back up through the field. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a little torn there on what I really think on if it's a good thing or a bad thing until we go do it.
Austin, you had an opportunity to go to Cup racing next year, and ultimately you're staying in Xfinity. So with this extra time in Xfinity, so to speak, what do you feel like you still need to get better at or hone your craft at before you eventually go Cup racing?
Well, I mean, I have the confidence in myself that I can go Cup racing and compete with the guys on Sundays when they come down and race with us on Saturdays. I feel like I can go toe-to-toe with them each and every week. We've had Kyle Busch in our Alliance cars with Colleague, and we've outran them and things like that. So it gives me confidence that I can go do that on Sundays. But, yeah, I mean, I think as far as just being a better race car driver, racecraft, things like that, I think all areas can be worked on, really. I mean, there's a lot of different areas that you can work on, mentally, your mental strength and what you do on the racetrack, choosing the right lanes on restarts, being a little more aggressive on restarts and getting that extra spot. If your car is not driving the best, just doing a better job of managing throughout a run. I mean, there's a lot of different areas that I can improve on and be better at. But I think any driver at this racetrack right now would tell you the same thing. They're always working to be better, and that's what I do each and every week. I'm always trying to search and find that little extra edge on the competition.
So why then, I guess, what do you see as the benefits for, not going to Cup?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of variables that kind of played a factor. One of the main things is I respect Richard Childress a lot. I'm not one of those drivers that wants to just dive right into the next best thing or the next big thing. I'm looking at this as a long career, and I don't want to rush anything. I want to have fun what I'm doing, and I'm having fun in the Xfinity Series level. I'm having fun racing for RCR. If the right opportunity does present itself, and I think that it's like the perfect thing to do, and I can't turn it down, I'm probably going to go do that and try to race on Sundays. But there's a lot of different factors that played a factor. And I mean, I have 3 kids at home. I like spending my Sundays with my kids. And so there's a lot more than just racing when it comes to, the family and just things like that I get to do outside of, if you're racing on Sunday, it's eat, sleep, and breathe for the most part. You're 7 days a week, just constant. Right now I have that Sunday off to where I can kind of have some fun with the kids, go do whatever we want to do, get in the pool, go to the lake, do things like that. But in saying all that, though, if the right opportunity does present itself and it's something I can't turn down, yeah, I'm going to go give it a shot. But I just didn't think now was the time to do it. And then looking at, Josh Berry, for example, he's 33 years old. He's just now going into the Cup level. I'm 29. I still have some years. I mean, I don't have to go do it right now. I don't have to rush into things. I'm just having fun racing for RCR and racing in the Xfinity Series.
We'll go next to Reed.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire. Since you're part of the organization, what's your view on the pit crew swap between the 8 and the 3 in Cup? Are you surprised that it comes right before an elimination race here at Bristol?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. You know, I don't really get in too much detail on the Cup side of like what's going on there with the 3 and the 8. I'm sure there was reasons behind why they made the switch. I mean, to your question though, you know, why didn't they do it at the start of the playoffs? I cannot answer that. I literally don't know. That'd probably be a question for Kyle Busch if he's coming in here later or tomorrow or something. But or Austin Dillon. But yeah, I mean, they must have just seen that maybe the 8 teams maybe performing a little bit better or maybe a little more consistent. It might not even be a time thing. Maybe they're just a little more consistent for every stop, and they think that that's their best bet of getting the 8 car into the next round. But there again, that'd be something to ask them.
Any additional questions for Austin? All right, Austin. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, yeah. Thanks for having me.